Rick, how long do you give a new hire to prove themselves? Managers often tell us 3 to 6 months, but if the sales cycle is 9 to 12 months long and it takes up to 6 months for a person to learn their way around their own company, what's a realistic honeymoon period beyond the dogma that most sales managers live by?
We're all measured by cycles, aren't we? That's the trouble. Everybody's trying to make sure that they're hitting their numbers inside a particular quota period, and then you're bringing in somebody new, somebody who doesn't know their way around, doesn't necessarily, if we're looking to hiring somebody from outside the industry, even know the product set, the customer set, and so forth. That's going to vary depending on the time frames of your particular business. As you say, a sales cycle of 9 to 12 months, unless somebody's bringing business on board with them already that's in their personal pipeline, then there's going to be a challenge.
How specialized is sales recruitment as compared to other HR recruiting?
To become a salesperson, people quite often say, well, you need is the gift of the gab, or maybe you need to have some kind of personality, larger than life. That's not a paper qualification. The interesting point is, you want to hire an accountant, then there's various tests and exams they should have passed. If you want to hire somebody who can type, then there's a typing test you can give them. The salesman is really going to be proven by his track record in the past, or is going to be taken on his face value a lot of the time. So it's a very different process, and I think one where you would consider using psychometric tools maybe, and certainly references as a better way of finding out whether this person is suitable for your organization.
Rick, can you walk me through a good hiring process, what you've found to be successful? What are the steps in getting good people?
Well, firstly, you've got to make sure that you've got the right shape hole for the right shape person. So I think what you're looking for, first of all, is a profile of the individual. You're looking for somebody that's going to fit into the team, or fit into the territory, or fit into the company. Once you've made that profile, got that idea, then you need to draft some kind of list of either the potential candidates that are already known, or perhaps looking for what would be the best place to source somebody of that kind of profile. You may be looking in different job markets, maybe you might be looking in different competitors to identify somebody that could take that role. One of the more exciting things for me is looking inside the company at people who aren't currently in sales, to say, is that somebody that could move into a sales role? So that's why that profiling is very important. Once you've done that profiling, drafted that list, probably the next thing you'd want to do is to think about, how do we advertise that? How do we get that out into the marketplace? And that may be an internal advertisement, it may be a chat in the corridor if it's somebody internal to the business. It may be that you're going to actually go to one of the formal publications for the trade industry, maybe that you're going to look into the national press. It's going to be very different depending on the size of the company, the type of role that you're advertising for. If you want feet on the street and you've got a large sales force, then an advertisement in the national newspaper may work. If you're looking for a very highly specialised person, then there's probably only 2 or 3 people who work for your competitors who are the right people to fit. Once you've taken the opportunity to go through those things, the next step in the process is that you're going to want to have these people in for some sort of an interview. The interviewing process really should involve, perhaps at that first instance, some lower level person inside the organisation, or maybe even the HR department. Somebody who can have a checklist to work against to filter people out, that's going to help then the senior management or the sales management to be just interviewing the right candidates. You're going to want to take some references. The important thing about references nowadays is we have the internet giving you the ability to use tools like LinkedIn, which I'm a greatly in favour of. Those sorts of things are going to help to be able to take a 360 on, is this the right person to bring into your organisation? You'd probably want a final interview, sort out the actual T's and C's and the deal. But really, by the time you've got to that point, you should have a good idea, is this the person that you want to hire?